Hey, good afternoon. Good afternoon. It is great to be on my on live on YouTube. So, working from home, how do you ever get to the point where you're just like stuck? What am I supposed to do today? What should I be doing today? What is the most effective thing that I can be doing? Does that all if you have any question about that, you're not alone. You're not alone because I definitely have gone through that myself, and it is something that things you learn over time. I didn't know it all at the beginning either, so don't stay stuck just because you don't know, or don't walk away just because you don't know. There's ways to find out. So today I wanted to share a whole bunch of tips. I have 8 different tips that I can give you to talk about, or to help you put together your day, to know what to work on, to know what you're going to be doing next and what to do. Okay? But if you have not met me before, my name is Anna Olson. I am a coach and mentor teaching small business owners how to use video and how to do social media, how to market your business on social media. And I specialize in video. And a lot of these things that I'm going to be talking about today can be used across whatever you're doing. It's not necessarily just video, but you can use it across other things that you're doing if you're not primarily on video. But again, little plug here, if you're not primarily using video, you should be, because it is absolutely the best way to market your products or services on social media or YouTube, because YouTube is not a social media channel. So anyway, if you are I just lost my train of thought, but let's move on. Remember that you can subscribe to my channel to get all kinds of good tips and tricks for marketing your products on social media, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on my weekly videos as I put them out. Okay. So first of all, let me just get right into it. Let me know if you're here. Let me know if you're watching live. Drop me a comment. Tell me where you're coming in from. I would love to hear from you. Don't be a stranger, okay? And join me in this conversation. Let's just have a conversation about this. Ask questions as you go along, and I'll interact with you as we are going along. The first tip that I have for you today is know yourself. Do you really know yourself? And are you working to maximize how you know yourself? And by that, I mean, are you an early riser? Do you get more done early in the day? Or are you a night owl? Do you get more done late at night? You got to figure those things out. And if it's early morning, so for me, I'm an early morning person. I am always been an early morning person, and I get more done in the morning. If I wait till evening to do it, it's most likely not going to happen because I don't have the energy at the end of the day. So, knowing that about myself tells me that whatever I need to get done needs to be done early in the day. I like to work in my office in the morning hours, forenoon. Now, morning hours, early morning hours, I use for exercise, for meditation, for reading, for kind of building myself up. And then I spend a couple hours in the office, 4 to 5 hours maybe in the office. But it's early in the day because I can't do it in the evening, because that's just, I don't have the mental capacity. And I just know that about me. By afternoon, 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I am spent. I am spent. I am ready to be done. And so evening hours is not a good time for me. But it could be completely opposite for you. Do what works for you. Okay? But know that about yourself. And number 2 is to make a list. Make a list of the things you want to get done on a daily basis. Make a list of the things that are income producing activities. And having that list, I know for myself, I mean, this goes way back when I was a little girl. My mom would make us a list on a Saturday. We would do cleaning and baking. And she would make us a list of the things that needed to be done that day. Me and my sisters. I had two older sisters, and there was the three of us. We were supposed to get through that list in one day. And I like that because then I can check things off. I can check things off, and it's like, oh my gosh, I got all this stuff done. It makes it look like you got so much done when you put it on a list and you start checking things off as you go. So it's very satisfying to have a list. And if you're a list maker, then hey, go for it. It is the best way to feel satisfied and feel accomplished when you go through a list and you get those things done. Number 3 is to create yourself a working space. Do you have a working space, or are you just slouched on the couch? There's definitely some concern by chiropractors and doctors about the ergonomics of working from home these days. Of course, a lot of people are working from home now because of the era that we're in, but are not really set up to work from home. So they're sitting on the couch trying to look at the computer, and it's causing health issues. But on the other hand, if you're running a small business from your house, create yourself a space that is your working space. So it feels like you can go to the office and you can work, do your work, and then you can leave the office when you're not working. I found it to be so satisfying, to have that working space. And I'm fortunate enough to have a big enough house that I have no problem finding a working space. I have a nice big room here that is my working space. I also have it as my hobby space, but it just works for me that way. And, make sure that you have you're paying attention to ergonomics, and that you're not slouching, that you're not making yourself sick because of the work that you're doing. And number 4 is to create a DMO. What's a DMO, you might say? But if you know what a DMO is, put it in the comments. But so basically you're making it's called your daily mode of operation, and you're deciding what it is that you need to do every day to move your business forward. Keep in mind what is it that moves your business forward. You don't just want to be doing busy work. And scrolling on social media is not busy work, or is busy work and not income producing activity. Okay. So, and then, make yourself a list, try it for a day or two. And if it's not working, remember that you can adjust the list. You can adjust however you need. You can, adjust the time. Maybe some items you put on there that you're going to do them in an hour, and it's actually going to take you longer than that. That's okay. It can take you longer than that, but just adjust as you go. But have a list of things, that a daily mode of operation of how you're going to get to your goals, what it takes. It's about determining what it takes to get to your goals, and then doing those things. And yes, and it's all about testing. It's all about testing. Test something. If you get a lot of engagement, or you get testing a certain type of post. If you get a lot of engagement, great. Move on with more like that. And that's about knowing your metrics too, You got to know your metrics. Number 5 is limit distractions. I would say try to have no distractions, but life happens. And particularly if you have kids around the house, it happens. But you might have to say to your kids, hey, for the next hour, I want no interruptions. And they have to know that there's a limit to that. One of the things, I don't have little kids in the house. So one of the things that I have to be careful of is that my notifications on my phone don't get me distracted. I really had to work hard to get away from that, to shut off distractions, shut off notifications so I don't get distracted. And scrolling through social media can eat up so much time. And so don't get hooked in on that. Don't get hooked in on that. Okay. Excuse me. The next thing I would say, number 6, is create a calendar. Create a calendar so you know what the plan is for the day. You can look ahead a couple days and say, oh, yeah, I decided I wanted to do that on that day, or I wanted to do this on that day. That has helped me get more done and get things done, extra things done. So you have the daily mode of operations, things that you do daily. That's on your DMO list. But then you have a calendar where you add the extra things that do your daily mode of operation, but also add the extra things that you want to get done in a certain period of time. Okay. Got myself centered in the screen a little bit here. But anyway, so, and then evaluate each week. How did it work? And when you do your evaluation, I have a little method that I will give you here. But first of all, you want to write down 3 things that worked really well for you to get things done that you wanted to get done. Then you want to write down 2 things that didn't work so well. And finally, write down 1 thing that you will change next week so that the things that didn't work don't happen again. And just keep doing that every week, and you'll keep perfecting your process. Okay. Number 7 is make sure you take a break. Sometimes I have found myself sitting here in front of the computer for 6, 7 hours, even 8 hours in a day, just pushing through to get everything done. And that can be really tough. So it's hard on your body, it's hard on your eyes, and it's hard on your mind. You need to walk away. So what I like to do is I like to set time. Okay, for the next half hour, I'm going to do this. And when I'm done, I get up and I move, at least move enough to just move around a little bit, maybe use the facilities, maybe go get a drink, maybe get a snack, whatever it is that I want to do, but move around a little bit. And of course, take yourself a lunch break. Don't forget to take a lunch break. Some of us want to go so fast and so quickly that we forget to take care of ourselves. And drink water. Drink water. Lots of water. Water is the best way to hydrate your body, to eliminate toxins, and to give you more energy and brain energy, more clarity. So make sure you take breaks, regroup, and refresh. And number 8 is to stay active. Stay active. What does that mean? Well, taking time for exercise at least 30 minutes a day, at least. I know for me, 30 minutes a day is not enough. And right now I'm walking an hour a day with a friend. And beyond that, I've started to go running for a half hour, additional half hour. So I'm walking for an hour and then I go running for a half hour. Now, that may not work for you at all. I totally understand that. But whatever it is that you do, at a minimum of a half hour of running, half hour of body movement each day, because your body just needs it. It's amazing how much energy I had kind of not gone to running for a long time, and I had forgotten how much energy that gives me. If I go running, oh my gosh, I get so much energy. And I'm one of those people that is fortunate enough to get the runner's high. But I get so much energy from exercising. It's just amazing. And I really have to remember that when I'm feeling down or I'm not feeling very energetic, I just need to go exercise because I will get the energy from it. So But also make sure you take time for yourself, like reading and meditation and whatever it is that you need to do to fill and to fill your cup, to fill your cup. Don't empty your cup with always putting out and giving and giving. Yes, we are giving people, but we also need to take in some in whatever way that you determine is good for you. So those are the 8 steps that I had for working from home and staying focused and being productive working from home. But so a couple things that couple tips that I wanted to give you here in the end. When you're creating content for your market and your niche, when you're creating content, recycle it. Recycle it. Go back. You don't always have to create new content. You can recreate or reuse and recycle the content you've already made. You might change it up a little bit. I'll look at a Facebook Live or a YouTube Live that I did quite a while ago, and I'll redo it because I'll never say it the same way as I did the time before. But I can retrain on the same subject. I can retrain and redo on the same subject. And that way people need to, the reason that you do this is because people need to hear it sometimes up to 7 times before they will act on it. So reuse your content. Don't always make new. Yes, yeah, you do need to make some new, but not always. And if you've been in it for a while, you have tons of content that you can use. Most likely. So if I can help you more with this, my call to action today for you is join me on my YouTube membership, and the link will be in the description of this video. And remember to subscribe to my channel, and of course, like this video and share it with anyone you know that could use these tips that I have shared today. All right, so that's what I have for you today. And until the next video, have a great one.